community, thanks for tuning in. Today we're talking to a company that some of you may not have heard before. It's run by Robert Eckford, called Rua Gold. Robert, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, other than the fact that you're in New Zealand, can you tell us other key highlights about the company?
Rua Gold is something that your investors wouldn't have seen before, besides obviously the fact that it's in New Zealand. We're an exploration company, sub 50 million market cap. Insiders own more than 20% of it, and we're all bought in, full checks written. There's no cheap shares out. We're also all coming out of past billion-dollar success stories. So this is the most depth you're going to see from an exploration team out there on the market. And then on top of that, it's New Zealand, but it's also advanced stage exploration. We're in the real sexy end of exploration right now. 3 drill rigs turning, exploration news coming out. So this is when you make or break it in exploration. We're not here to sit in the seat for another year wondering whether there's gold or not. We're here to drill it out and kill it, or actually make a lot of money. And that's what we're here for.
Now let's go and talk about the exploration highlights, because I know you just put out an update, which is great. We'll talk about that in a second. Can we shift our gears to talking about New Zealand, political climate, what it's like jurisdiction-wise for a mining company like ours?
Yeah, I'm off to New Zealand tomorrow. We've got our first ever analyst tour kicking off. We've got interest from the Aussies, the North Americans, and we've even got the government. They're presenting to the analysts about how amazing New Zealand is. It's probably, you're a big fish in a small pond in New Zealand. They haven't got a huge number of mines or mining companies, and so you get real attention from the mines minister. I've got Shane Jones coming with me to PDAC, and he wants to meet North American investors. He goes out to the Aussie conferences, and he wants to meet Australian investors. They're really pushing for more investment in New Zealand, and they've done 3 things in the last year. They've created a critical minerals list, which antimony is on there, and we have a lot of antimony. We have all New Zealand's antimony in our assets. Resource Management Act has been completely reformed. And then the third thing, and most importantly, is actually passed new legislation in December. So now you can get a mine permit in New Zealand in 6 months. There's no first world country in the world that can permit as quick as that.
Now, if I'm not wrong, recently China blocked exports of antimony, a mineral that's critical for things like solar panels, I think. Timing-wise, how are you, Rua Gold, going to kind of be a company supplying the production gap?
Yeah, that's a really key point. And first off, we're gold explorers, so we're always going to be focused on gold. But antimony is becoming a more and more valuable byproduct. The spot price has gone 3-fold in the last 12 months, up to 40,000 per ton at the moment. I think the best way to look at it is by trying to secure offtake early. For us as a gold exploration company, antimony is always a byproduct, and it's a really critical way or a strategic way that we could look to finance us at an early point. And while the rest of the world besides China is trying to secure supply with this trade war that's going on right now, we've got the US chasing us, we've got the Japanese chasing us, we've got Europe chasing us. Everyone wants to secure antimony supply, so we're in the driver's seat. So we're going to look at that as a strategic option for us as to how to push this asset forward in an accelerated way.
Now, you were saying earlier that your team is made up of folks that have had billion-dollar exits. Can we learn a little bit more about you and what you bring to shareholder value?
Sure, I'm an accountant by trade, but just before everyone tunes off, just because you've got an accountant sitting here, I didn't take the normal career path. I started at Ernst & Young in Perth, and Perth is a huge mining town, second to Vancouver, of course. But then I went and lived in the Congo. I did my chartered accounting, I did a Masters of Science in Mineral Economics, and then I wanted boots on the ground experience. I lived in the Congo on a copper mine for a couple of years. And for the last 10 years since being in Canada, I've partnered with Neil Woodyer and Frank Juster, and we've started Rua Gold Mining, and most recently Aris Mining. I was co-founder of Aris with Neil in 2020. We took that from a $5 million company to today it's a $1 billion company. It's the biggest gold exporter of Colombia. And I love building mining companies. And that's exactly what I want to do now. I like that 0 to a billion stage. When it gets past that, it's too bureaucratic and cumbersome and process driven. I like the entrepreneurial side. And so coming in now, where we are at 30 million market cap, taking it to $1 billion is really what I want to do in life.
Okay, well, millions left to go, but we'll be watching.
Thanks very much, Rachel.
To learn more about Rua, all you got to do is go to the site, search RUA, or of course you can find the company on the exchange. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.